Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dears. Let's discuss Arms and the Men is anti-romantic comedy or anti-romantic play. George Bernard Shaw, a Fabian socialist, occupies a significant position in the history of English literature as an unconventional dramatist. Being influenced by Ibsen, as everybody knows, a Norwegian playwright, he took his pen to write dramas to satirize the rotten attitudes, conventions, and manners of the society. Bernard Shaw created a new kind of play, the new drama, giving up all the traditional conventions and dramatic techniques. Shaw wrote 53 plays, and all his plays are comedies. Arms and the Men is the most popular and successful stage drama of Shaw. It is also an anti-romantic comedy because it exposes the reality of war and soldiers, and it shatters the romantic ideas about war and love. He has called his play Arms and the Men as anti-romantic comedy, in which he has exposed the hollowness of the romantic ideas of war and love. The play is anti-romantic because in it Shah has attacked the romantic idealization of life. And it is a comedy because in it he is exposed and ridiculed the hollowness of romantic love and the heroic ideals of war. By romanticism, Shah means all that is not based on fact and reality. All shames and false conventions are romantic, for they are not based on facts and reality. Their futility and absurd nature can be easily confirmed. Shah laughs, but his laughter has a serious intention. He is both witty and thought-provoking. The play opens on a note of romance. Raina is a romantic girl who stands on her balcony enjoying the beauty of the night and snowy Balkans. She is betrothed to Sergius, a Byronic hero who has gone to war like knights of the Middle Ages. He makes a heroic charge and wins a splendid victory recently against the enemy. He became hero and is adored and worshipped by Raina. On his return home, we get a scene of fire and romantic love with Raina calling him her hero and her king, and he addressing her as his queen, and saying that he could win the heroic victory only because she inspired him. Now, these are all very romantic and very exaggerated statements. Both Raina and Sergius live in the world of romance. In the beginning of the play, Shah shows how Raina doubts their romantic ideas. They are derived from the reading of Byron and Pushkin and the seeing of romantic play. That is why their romance is soon shattered through its very first contact with reality. Blanche represents reality. When Raina faces this reality, her love for Sergius is shattered. Through him, Shah places the relevant facts and arguments before Raina, and her idealistic notions of war are soon shattered. Firstly, she is bluntly told that Sergius is a fool and that he and his regiment nearly committed suicide. Only the pistol misses the fire. Now, these are the lines from the play of all the fools ever let loose on a field of battle. That man must be the very maddest. He and his regiment simply committed suicide. Only the pistol missed fire. Secondly, she is told that food is more important than ammunition, that it is the duty of a soldier to live as long as he can. All of them, dear lady, all of them. Believe me, it is our duty to live as long as we can. He also tells her that with their end in view of soldier should run away from the field, and that 9 soldiers out of 10 are born fools. Gradually, Raina is made to see the facts of the case, and her romantic ideals of war are demolished. Similarly, Sergius is disillusioned by war and realizes that soldiering is a trade like any other trade. Now, look at this text from the play. Soldiering, my dear madam, is a coward's art of attacking mercilessly when you are strong and keeping out of harm's way when you are weak. That is the whole secret of successful fighting. Get your enemy at a disadvantage and never, on any account, fight him on equal terms. Similarly, both Raina and Sergius are disillusioned in their romantic ideals of love. Sergius finds to his great disappointment that behind his back Raina made love to Bluntschli, and Raina discovers that her hero is made of clay and can flirt with her maid at her back. Instinctively, she turns to Bluntschli not because he faces bullets, but because he faces facts. He helps her to find her true self, to understand reality about life. He breaks the web of illusion woven around her and makes her see the light of the day. The hero of Slavenza appears in a comic light. The absurdity of his heroics is exposed and ridiculed. Thus, Shah is a realist who places before his readers the facts of life, the truth about love and war to make people think and understood. He spreads truth and demolishes all that is false and irrational by focusing on it the searchlight of logic and reason. But it must be remembered that Shah is not merely a realist, but also an anti-romantic. His realism is not more photographic realism. There is also much heightening of reality in order to achieve his anti-romantic purpose. So sometimes he exaggerates reality because he wants to highlight his this aspect, anti-romantic aspect. The dramatist resorts to exaggeration of reality which often results in distortion and falsification of reality. And this is because to show his anti-romantic attitude. His anti-romantic intentions militate against absolute fidelity to fact, and the dramatist often becomes unconvincing and incredible. A fugitive soldier may demand food when he is hungry, but we hardly believe that he would demand chocolates. Sex may be an impersonal instinct, but in real life, Sergiuses are usually married to Rhinas and not to Laukas. Now, this is very interesting. A hungry soldier may demand food, but not chocolate. Sergius is in real life, they marry Rhinas, not Laukas. Soldiers may be born fools, but it does not seem credible that they will not observe a pistol lying in their every eye. Even after a thorough search, while an ignorant maidservant Lauka notices as soon as she enters the room. There is also the love at first sight between Raina and Sergius. Such things do happen, but in a romantic fairy tale. Bluntschli himself, despite all his realism, is a romantic idiot who comes sneaking to have a look at the pretty lady, considers her to be a schoolgirl of 17 while she is 23, and ultimately turns out to be the Emperor of Switzerland in a manner of fairy tales. Suddenly fortune comes to him and his father dies, and we come to know that he is a very rich person now. Lauka may be a realist as far as Sergius is concerned, but she is romantic in relation to Nicola, dreaming of becoming a rich lady and ignoring his practical advice. Lauka is romantic in her ambition to cut through the barriers of birth and rank. Her love affair with Sergius is the result of her romantic dreams, and she succeeds again in the manner of a fairy tale. Shah's views on love and war are characterized by strict realism and are clearly brought out if we compare them with that of Tolstoy. Like Tolstoy, he tells that romantic war is only butchery and romantic love is only lust. Shah only objects to them in so far as they are ideal. He objects not so much to war as to the phrase of war. He does not so much dislike love as the love of love. Shah is quite content to say, do not be taken in by it. Tolstoy seems really to propose that high passion and patriotic valor should be destroyed. Shah is more moderate and only asks that they should not be discredited.